Today I'm bringing you a sneak peek at the New World leaderboards, and I have to say they look pretty interesting. Now this is all thank you to New World Database. They have done a little bit of data mining and they have presented this on the website. There will of course be a link in the description. If though you want to support this YouTube channel, then do consider becoming a YouTube member. It does truly help. So New World Database posted this article 36 minutes ago at the time of recording, and you can see here they do have a disclaimer. This is data mine content, so things may change. We should see the leaderboards on the PTR soon enough, most likely in a more complete version. I'm expecting that that's going to be Thursday. I was a little bit disappointed not to see it just on the PTR when it launched, but it is what it is. I think it's going to come this week, and I think Thursday's the best day, right? Maybe news of what's happening on Wednesday. And then this is, I think, possibly the biggest indication of what's going to come and how it's going to look. And I have to say, it looks really nice. Now, as we just said, things are subject to change, but you can see here that it's actually in sort of different sections. It's in the Outpost Rush Arena section. There's going to be a tab there for leaderboard. Now, I think the timing might be a little bit weird there. Weekly being 1 day, monthly being 24 days, and quarterly being 15 days. Obviously doesn't make any sense. I think that's going to be 7 days, 28 days. And then I'm not 100% sure what they're doing with quarterly. Quarterly seems insane to me, every 3 months. But, you know, if that's what they're going to do, that's what they're going to do. Either way, quarterly's not going to stay as 15 days and weekly's not going to stay as 1 day. So that might just be what it might be set up like that for the PTR possibly. And it seems a little bit weird in the way that it's broken down. You can see weekly mutated expeditions, quarterly faction war. I guess quarterly would make sense for factions. Quarterly versus PvE, quarterly PvP, and quarterly trade skills. And you can probably go in and click each of these and break them down, which we're going to do in a minute. However, the UI is actually pretty similar for the rest of them, but let's do it. So for the mutated expeditions, it seems to be broken down into 2 main categories. We have maximum score and clear time. So who can do it the quickest, who can do it the best, if you will. And what's nice, it actually is going to show you the reward so you know what you're trying to get. You can mouse over those presumably and it'll show you what it looks like. Hopefully you can preview the skins. That'll be pretty cool. Interestingly, you have to get gold. Now gold M10s are a little bit harder to get right now, so that'll actually be interesting. Faction war is interestingly, it shows you actually broken down into the factions, which I quite like: Syndicate, Marauders, and Covenant. And what's interesting here is that you see those these 3 buttons here. I think the one on the right is your personal one, because that's what it was set on when it came to the mutated expeditions up here. You can see that's sort of like your personal one, and this is sort of like your faction based one. But there's a different kind of categories there. You've got score, wins, attacker wins, defender wins, kill death ratio, heals, damage dealt, kills, damage absorbed. Tanks will be happy to see that one. But yeah, really interesting stuff on this one. The next one appears to be by company, so I think it's by faction, by company, and then by person. So having like company be applicable, I'm hoping that exists even for like the PvE stuff. Like it did seem so. That'll be really fascinating to see. But yeah, this will allow companies to effectively compete with themselves beyond just who owns what territory. And yeah, this is the same faction war section, but broken down by person, so that's actually pretty interesting as well. On the PvE, there's a couple of different categories. There's like invasions, trials, and corruption breaches. I'm a little bit confused how corruption breaches is score, but you know, it is what it is. We'll see how that ends up being. For some of these, it's not showing a reward, so it says this quarterly does not have rewards. Maybe these leaderboards are not all going to have rewards, if that makes sense. Only some of them will. That would make sense. Some of it might just be for data purposes. I'm guessing as well that all of this is going to be per server rather than per region, and we can sort of see that because here it says US East PTR quarterly. So I suspect that it's not going to be per region or anything like that. So you actually have a chance if you're on a smaller server perhaps, but then how many dungeon runs are being done, etc. So yeah, really fascinating stuff. However, the question then is, once we actually come to PvP, we know that we're going to get cross-realm Outpost Rush. How will that work when it comes to leaderboards? That'll be really interesting to see as well. But here we can see PvP. This is currently set to the faction one, and you can sort of see open world PvP. How many, it looks like, forts are going to be captured. Just like really interesting details that are going to be like pretty fascinating. We sort of know that the Syndicate is the most popular faction, followed by the Marauders, followed by Covenant. I'm guessing on most servers that's then going to show here because there'll be more like Syndicate ones being captured. But then they have influence earned, PvP kills, and it's the sort of same thing for Outpost Rush. You can see all the standard ones there, like kill death ratio, heals, damage taken, etc. Also, that's going to apply to 3v3 arenas. Currently, no rewards appear to be set for that one. It'll be interesting to see which ones do and don't have rewards, and are the rewards similar across different like competitions basically? Like, is the reward for expeditions the same as the one for PvP? That would be really fascinating to see. This is just a screenshot of Outpost Rush. This one does apparently give you rewards, it seems, which I'm presuming this is like a skin, an outfit, and then maybe like an emote or a tent or something like that. I actually don't recognize that symbol. It's the same thing for arenas. Everything's going to have a leaderboard basically. Trade skills actually sort of more interesting to me. It appears to be how many legendaries you craft, which, considering the amount of trophies and stuff like that you need and the amount of materials, that just seems like it's going to be absolute torture. There'll be basically companies who have one crafter who's just going to be the top of these leaderboards. Not really going to be sensible for mere mortals to actually hit these leaderboards, I don't think. Except for maybe the fishing. I think fishing, you know, if you're not a bot or you just really like fishing, you can probably do that one. But no rewards for it apparently at the moment. Obviously that's subject to change, but there you have it. So overall, I have to say it looks really, really interesting. I've said before that I'm never going to get on these leaderboards. I'm just do not play enough. I don't have the time enough to like actually warrant getting on there. But it'd be interesting just to see my kill death ratio and how bad I am at Outpost Rush. That'll be exciting, and all the world will be able to see how bad I am. In fact, that might be embarrassing. Maybe I'll have to delete my character and never play New World again. Seems reasonable. But yeah, I suspect this is actually going to come this week, probably on Thursday. I'll probably stream it, so do come along and check that out. Let me know your thoughts on what you've just seen. I personally think it looks pretty damn cool. If you want to support the channel, then becoming a YouTube member is really the best way to do so. Save me from the YouTube algorithm and the ad revenue. What you should definitely do though, is have the most beautiful day. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.